Right, everybody, how y'all doing? Today we're gonna be hitting them rifts, and then also talking a little bit about the relic situation. Which, if you're not sure what that's all about, we'll get into it in a little bit here. And the one thing I can always count on, with this beautiful little game is that there's always something to talk about. Relics are relic let's say relic production is pausing, huh? Very interesting. Let's chat about it. Yes. I know. Okay. One thing I can always count on with this beautiful little game is that there's always something to talk about. Relic production is pausing, huh? Very interesting. Let's chat about it. Tweet. Okay, so let me pull up the forum post, so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But before we do that, I got the post pulled up now. But first, oh man, first order of business. You guys know what we gotta do. Hasama mama, dude. Thank you for the buck. Appreciate it, man. Chris Gonzalez, first one in here, by the way. But Hasama mama, what do you got? You got any messages? It's pronounced schlap. Oh man. Mama, thank you very much. John, John Law, so close. Ow, so close. When are you doing Eternity of Pain? Good question. I don't really have an answer for you though. I'm not quite sure when I want to do Eternity of Pain. I definitely want to knock out another path, but I got to do a little bit of ranking up first, and yeah, I don't really have a date in mind, just more of kind of wanting to head in that direction, I guess. Dude, thank you very much for the buck, though. What is this relic pause you speak of? So, Obidan, check it out. Let's read the post together. Adjustment to relics release cadence. Hello, summoners. We are taking a break from the established release cadence for relics. After the addition of the most recent trio in July, we are taking a step back to reassess how relics affect the in-game experience and set new goals for the future. We like the opportunity space they introduced by customizing your champions and adding additional layer of depth to the combat experience. We are aware of the feelings some summoners have towards relics. We have been closely monitoring community conversations on the forums, YouTube, social media, within our content creator program, in-game surveys, and a variety of other community spaces. I want to take this time to address feedback we have received. To be clear, relics aren't going anywhere. Your existing relics aren't changing today. Very interesting. Aren't changing today, nor is the content where relics can be used. Simply, you won't see any new relics being released for a while, as we're figuring out how we want to move relics forward. So it's possible. Hi, Sleepy Time. I'll miss relics. Cam. They're just going away, just like that, huh? Good night, buddy. If you're heading to bed. Yeah, this is really interesting to me. Expect more news in the coming months. So we're not going to have any news about relics, but so far, at least today, that they put very clearly, relics aren't changing today. Today they won't be changing. That doesn't mean that a couple weeks from today they will. I mean, weeks definitely wouldn't be a couple weeks. Yeah, it would be a few months before anything is maybe changed, if it needs to be changed. Now, knowing Kabam, they really only change stuff if it's like absolutely necessary, and even the absolutely necessary stuff, they don't always change it. Like Quake should have been changed, in my opinion, you know. But anyway, so I gotta say, there's one part of me that like takes this at face value for exactly what they're saying here, and trusting in what they're saying, and that they just want to take this time to reassess you know, how relics impact the game. There's another side of me, however, that knows that well, like, there's been layoffs and stuff like that, you know. And I wonder if they have like the internal bandwidth to keep pumping out relics. And maybe the relics that they've already brought out, maybe these were the ones that they had like in their initial plans. And I do wonder if there's something like that going on. I don't like to think of a game company bending the truth. So, you know, I'm gonna choose to just accept what they're saying here, and that yeah, it may have you know, some unforeseen effects on the game. It's a big feature. It's a massive feature. There's no denying that. So it is. I believe what they're saying here is what I'm getting at. I do believe what they're saying here. It's just my faith in the company has taken a you know, it's deteriorated over time. So I can't help but let a few of those thoughts creep in and say, there's a chance that it's something like that. But I do believe what they're saying here, and just that it's a massive feature, and yeah, they kind of need to get it right ahead of time. And they have other things going on in the game, other releases like champion releases to hold people over. You know, so that even without relics being released as frequently, it'll still be okay. So, okay, Benefield, thank you for the buck, saying perfect time, BG. Just getting on my way home, 2.5 hour drive, coming back from my first ever concert. Ooh, Disturbed. Okay, cool, man. All-time favorite band. The solos, guitar, and drums were amazing. Awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. First concert, huh? I still remember my first concert. It was, do I remember? No, it was the Misfits. Which was a good time. First concert, like that kind of concert, at least. Outside of like a school concert or, you know, something like that. But anyway, man, glad to hear you enjoyed it. The high coming from a concert usually lingers a bit, so yeah, you're probably still pretty stoked about the whole thing, I would imagine. Hey, the Miracle with the 4 months saying, I was not notified. YouTube, get it together, YouTube. Oh my God. Haley, I'm so sorry. I'll have my people talk to the YouTube people, the Google people, and we'll get this whole mess straightened out. And you will be notified on future live streams. Except a little asterisk of I cannot actually guarantee that because YouTube is YouTube. But Haley, thank you for the 4 months. Easy. With the 2 saying probably had poop 4th of July sales. I mean, there's a chance it's something to do with that. There's a reasonable chance, actually. Now that you mention it, it's possible that maybe the community hasn't taken 2 relics as well as they could, and there's a chance that they need to like come up with a new marketing strategy before they release all the relics. Like, they might even be still working on relics. If that was the case, they could still be like working on relics, and then kind of just, getting them lined up to be released. And in the meantime, working on like a marketing strategy to help players understand how impactful relics are. There's a chance of something like that, yeah. I also believe that Kabam probably knew that there wasn't going to be crazy sale numbers, crazy sale figures from 4th of July for relics. I don't know if they were really banking on those things selling as much. To me, it felt like a bit of a bonus offer, just to throw out there, just for the people that they're like, well, yeah, I mean, got a ton of money. I want some relics. Sure, I'll take you up on that offer, Kabam. But yeah, interesting theory. It could be something like that. Boo you, bald man. Messiah, why? When is the booing gonna end? Hashtag Godbot, hashtag fake caps, hashtag made where, hashtag I'm telling, hashtag that ass. What? So I went back and watched all Simon vids. Never laughed so good. Oh my goodness. I can't even read half of this stuff that you're putting in these hashtags anymore, dude. You're just trying to bait me into saying more stuff. That's all these messages are these days. Oh gosh, thank you for the 7 Zars saying we like the community, not as much the game. Sometimes that's true. Let me see. You also said they said reward updates are coming sooner than we expected a month ago. Now they say they'll be giving us a reward update timeline. Yeah. There's never going to be updates sooner than we expected because we expect them to be here tomorrow. Is it a realistic expectation? No. But there's no way that they could actually update stuff before we think it should be updated. Relics made them quick cash, strategic pause to sell at the next holiday event. I don't know if that would be true, but I wouldn't be surprised if they brought them out for the banquet event. I feel like it'd be a missed opportunity if they didn't have them re-released by then. Crud, what was I gonna go to in game though? Oh man. Maybe I was gonna poke around the updates and stuff like that. Cause yeah, there's a lot of things in the game that feel like they need updating, and there's no way that they're gonna update the Glory store, the Battlegrounds store, the Black ISO market, the Alliance Quest rewards, the Alliance 4 rewards. They have to update absolutely everything. That's what happens when you release through one event an offer so big that it makes the rest of the game feel irrelevant. You gotta update absolutely everything. Great job. This is like the whole debate about are nerfs good for games when it comes to like champions, right? Let's say there's like one champion that's too strong. Everyone's like, no, don't nerf that champion. Just buff everything else. Okay, so just buff all 249 other champions. Where, it's the same thing with these events and the rewards and stuff like that. How many different areas do you get rewards from in this game? I don't know, man, like 30? I honestly don't even know. There's like these solo objectives, all the other things I just mentioned, incursions, all of these objectives and crystals that come from these. I guess once you factor in the actual crystals that are contained in this stuff, it's probably more like 50, 60. I don't know. So it's like, okay, yeah. You blew out one event to make money, to make sure you pull that in. Now you have to update everything else because it's not like you could nerf that. That already happened. So, well, get to work, I guess. It's kind of, yeah. It's a weird situation. I feel like MCOC is in a weird place, and I'm really looking forward to the live stream on Friday to hear more about what their plans are. What do you mean Relic pause? There's a forum post. I just talked about it a little while ago, but they're pausing Relics to reassess their space in the community. I think it was their words. Let me see where it is. We're taking a step back to reassess how relics affect the in-game experience. There we go. Capped on incursion artifacts. Yeah, you know what? Let me go ahead and spend those before I do anything else, because I do need to do that. Incursions. I wasn't capped for the longest, but I guess these things were coming in from side events and I wasn't realizing it. Jason Wild Bunch, thank you for the bucks. And two-parter. My mom lied to my grandmother and said it was just the smell of the grass. And me and my buddy fell asleep. But things we do for our moms. And wish her a happy birthday, if you would, BG. Hold on. Is there a second part to this? I only see the first part. But it looks like her name is Sue, you're saying? Well, happy birthday to Jason Wild Bunch's mother, Sue. Where's the... Jason Wild Bunch, I think your second part got eaten, though, man. No, dude. I think it's been eaten. That's the only message I see. You have to try putting it in again, because, yeah, it ain't there, man. I'll be on the lookout for, yeah, for what part 2 is. Grumpy Grandpa BG tonight? Grumpy? What did I say that came off grumpy? Honestly, don't mind the relic pause. Maybe they can get them right, where they can be better benefit versus being pushed on us. I feel like they're a great benefit. Actually, I really think they're a huge benefit. As is. I wonder, like, there's so much, dude. Like, this is a good post. I appreciate this post letting us know their plans. First off. But like I said, there's a slight issue of trust where, like, I don't know if this is the whole truth or not. I'm gonna take it as the truth, but who knows if there's anything else going on. And then also, like, just in more details, what exactly are you reassessing? They made it a point to say that they're aware of the feelings some summoners have towards relics. Does that just mean there's more people who don't like relics than do like relics? You know, we've done this poll a few times, but let me see here. Do you like do you like that relics were added to the game? I'm just gonna leave it as a yes or no. This really should be on like a sliding scale or something like that. But I'm just gonna leave it as a yes or no. Just a quick snapshot of how people are feeling. I'm curious. Relics doesn't does that make? Relics don't make gameplay much except the stun. Okay, saying it doesn't matter much except for the stun. That defeats the purpose of relics. They're irrelevant. I see them a mastery, which lets me stun an additional time once in a while. I mean, masteries are strong, though. These things, they definitely boost damage. There's no doubt about it. I think it's hard to like quantify how much damage is being added, but they do more than just apply the stun. They actually add quite a bit. For me, relics immediately screamed splitting focus. Going from 6-star shards to half the amount in 3-star shards is so boring. All the statues look really plain. I hope we get a cosmetic overhaul. Interesting. Okay. I'm a little with you, sort of, about the appearance, except I think some of them look really cool. And I think overall I like the appearance, even if some of them are plain. There's this. I mean, this one's probably the coolest. This guy looks pretty badass right here. Yeah. For me, I don't think the appearance is a problem, but I understand where you're coming from, at least. I do understand what you're saying. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. So 62% of people say yes, they like that relics were added. 38% of people say no. That's a big portion of the player base, and keep in mind, these results are probably... I mean, they're definitely skewed. More than likely skewed towards the... towards yes. Because, the people that are joining live streams on YouTube, or anywhere, really, they're like a more dedicated player base. You know, even if you're not a super hardcore player or something like that, think about how many people just download a game. I'm sure you guys have downloaded many games and never, you know, looked to join a community for that game. You just play the game and whatever, that's it. When you don't feel like playing anymore for the day, you close the app and that's it. There's a ton of people that do that with MCOC, and maybe they just... Maybe the whole relic system is a bit too much for them. They're looking for something a little simpler. I don't know. Could be something like that. BG, Joel posted a new video. Is it actually a video, though? Or did he take it down? I don't see it in my subscription feed, but my subscription feed is also super cluttered. Also, slight gripe about YouTube. They've got this whole shorts section now. It's really annoying to me. I don't hate shorts. I just, in the subscription feed, the way they break it up, why not just blend them together? It's broken up in such a way that's like really ugly. Anyway, I know a lot of people don't even look at the subscription feed in YouTube these days. But BG, I think the gap between people with high-end relics and the average person is 10 times bigger than 7 stars. For the vast majority of people who may not even have enough relics for a Battlegrounds deck, it's meh. Steve, I think you're spot on there. I would say, yeah, you're absolutely correct. That it's not too hard to get the low star level relics. But maybe that's why they don't have as big of an impression on people, is because the only way to get the, you know, like 5 and 6 star relics, yeah, like it's pretty damn difficult. They mostly came from the 4th of July offer, you know. That's how you got it pretty much. You just reminded me that I did want to spend some of these shards, or you know, trophy tokens or whatever. Scoop up those. Can't recall. Was I doing the same thing with the 4 stars? Yeah, I think I'm gonna 250. But yeah, it's the relics that the vast majority of players have access to. They are a bit on the weaker side outside of the striker. Hold on, Jason Wild Bunch. Let me see. I sent the first part. Oh, was that the second part that I was reading? Oh, here we go. Okay. Jason Wild Bunch. I do have the actual part 1 now. All right, let me read both parts together. My first concert was Michael Bolton. Michael Bolton? That's honestly one of the greatest lines from Office Space. Just the way that the lady delivers it with like her eyes going, you know, big like that. Like, wow, are you actually Michael Bolton? Okay, anyway, my first concert was Michael Bolton, and I was dragged by my mom and grandmother, and someone was smoking weed, and my grandmother was like, what is that smell? Where's the other part? My mom lied to my grandmother and said it was just the smell of the grass. Well, that's not really a lie. It's me and my buddy fell asleep, but things we do for our mobs. Wish her happy birthday if you would, BG. So yeah, dude. Once again, shout out to Jason Wildbunch's mother Sue. She wasn't lying, dude. Smell of grass. It's just maybe a different type of grass than your grandmama realized. Hey, sup, EG? Yo, hobby. What's going on? Why should I change my name? He's the one that sucks. Oh, man. What a great movie. So good. I didn't even realize, I didn't even mean to click on that, but I didn't even know there was a Thanos emoji. People have probably used it as what I played against them, and I just didn't even realize it. Anyway, Marlon Jones, thank you for the 5. Saying, eat, please. Oh my god. Damn Twitter name change. I could only hope they someday change it back, but let's face it, it probably won't happen. Zen Griffey, okay. Let's see. Okay, you have 2 tweets. One just says you have a rank 5 Herc not pictured. Okay. Firstly, I know I usually just super chat you to complain about how hard it is to progress in the game, but I think this is a good improvement in a short time. Secondly, should I rank 5 Kitty or rank 2 7-star Bishop duped? Ooh, and a poll. Okay, well, let's do the poll first while I take a look at your roster here. Who'd rank up? Okay, so 6-star Kitty, rank 5. So I'm going to go ahead, by the way, and say that you should not listen to the results of this poll. We're doing it for fun right now. 7-star Bishop, rank 2. Okay, so the reason why you should not rank up either of these champions right now is because I think we're about to hear more about potentially what Ascension is in a few days here on Friday. So that's probably gonna impact how you feel about the whole 6-star versus 5-star thing. It's probably gonna impact how I feel. I generally don't know. We don't have any info. It's gonna be a first time look at all this stuff, and yeah, it should be interesting. Right now, I really like 7-star Bishop, so I'd be leaning that way. But again, maybe once we can ascend 6 stars and they become stronger and stuff like that, we'll see. Okay, so dang, dude, nice 7 stars. Honestly, 2 Bishops, a Korg, and a Venom. Not too shabby. Really good 6-star rank 4s you got here with that rank 5 Hercules. Yeah, dude. Even got a bunch of the new ones like Cassie and Ant-Man all ranked up. Pretty good. Pretty good. Not too shabby at all, man. What was this quoting? Oh, okay. Just the last one. Got it. Yeah, man. Pretty good improvements, I would say. Yeah, definitely wait. So far, it's about 75% in favor of ranking Bishop. Really curious once we hear more how it's gonna look. Dude, thank you for the 5 though. If they let all relics go on any champion versus class, I think that would be game breaking with a slight increase on utility / damage. Yeah, it would be hugely game breaking. Like it would actually break the game in some ways. There'd be like stun locks and stuff like that. Where I don't think they could do that. Dingus, will you please put the link in the description of the forum post? Is that what you're talking about? Relic forum post. Okay, It's down there. People don't usually look at the description, so good luck. All right, David, dude, thank you for the 2 saying, hey, Brain, last 2, sure. Where's the last 2 at? I think cosmetic things are the real timeless reward I want. Same, dude. Couldn't agree more. Seems like Kabam is always overhauling old content rewards because they just go out of relevancy too quick. Yep. It's faster and faster, too. Rewards, they definitely used to last longer. These days, stuff is irrelevant. It used to be like a couple of years you had, maybe, for the bigger stuff, at least. And now the big stuff, you're lucky to get 6 months before it feels outdated, you know? And all the store updates, they're like outdated as soon as they're released. Nearly. Okay, part 2 is I think some kind of cosmetic rewards for doing X amount of damage with Y champion or something like that would be super cool. I think relics are fine, but how long until we'll need 7-star relics? Yeah, it's interesting. When you put it that way about like a cosmetic reward for doing X amount of damage with Y champion, I do think there's room for stuff like that. The cosmetic stuff that I always wanted to see mostly was like from beating content, like a reason for any of these back issues to exist. Which, by the way, I'm thinking about hopping into the back issues sometime during this Battleground downtime. But yeah, like these rewards, I wish there was some sort of cosmetic thing. Now, cosmetic thing, by the way, could be anything. Right now, the only cosmetics that we have are titles, the Legends badge, profile picture, and I'm going to include, even though this is not actually a cosmetic, I'm still going to include in that same vein the trophy champions, like this Ultron here. Now, right now, this Ultron is different from the other Ultron that we have. But that doesn't mean it needs to be. I think there's room for, reskins of champions. I don't think they should go wild with them. I don't think this game should start, if someone looks at it, they can't even distinguish which character you're playing with or anything like that. But like the few that exist in game today, I think we're fine. So like this Ultron, if you just mirrored the same abilities as the other Ultron, then you got the choice of which one to play with. Or the Immortal Iron Fist, of course, right? Nameless King Groot. Oh, dude, I forgot about the nameless characters. There's the Wolverine. X-Force? Is it X-Force? I don't know. Maybe Wolverine's... Maybe that wouldn't be a cosmetic. Maybe there's enough different there. I don't know. But he's in the game files, sort of. There's like a different Doctor Strange in the game files. There's a different version of Scarlet Witch. Oh, no. Maybe that was Sigil Witch that they released. I don't know. This is like years prior to Sigil Witch being released, though. There was Dark Phoenix. There's been a few throughout the game's history that have existed, and they could do stuff like that too. Just a reason to go back. You just need to give the content purpose in some way. When the content first comes out, the purpose is obvious. The rewards. You're going to use that stuff to rank up, your strongest champions, and that's great. But then what happens a few months later when those rewards are no longer relevant? What do you do then? Cosmetics, they're always relevant. Even if you just do it for collection purposes. We're obviously into collecting stuff if you download and play this game, because look at this! We collect things! The whole game is a damn collection game. It's a collection game before it's a fighting game, you know? So if there was just other things to chase down and collect, yeah, people would be into it. People are into 2-star champions because they like collecting things. 1-stars, if there was more of them, people would chase those down. So yeah, I completely agree though, David. Okay, James with the pound saying, ABG, I can't sleep. Can I get a tweeter check, please? Sure. What do we got here? Looking for some rank up advice. I want someone who's fun to play with, but can still pull wins in Battlegrounds. I also have gems to awaken people. Okay. I think Mr. Fantastic is maybe an interesting choice. A little bit slept on. I think defensively he's very annoying. Offensively, I don't know if he's the absolute strongest or something like that, but could definitely pull wins. Trying to look at the slightly less obvious ones, because like there's a very obvious, like, you know, Scorpion and Fury and stuff like that. Which there's nothing wrong with going, by the way. Iceman, I think, is an interesting one. Wait a minute, James. Were you asking about... Was it you or was it someone else asking about Iceman? Just, like, yesterday or a couple days ago. Who am I thinking of that was asking about Iceman? Maybe that wasn't you. But Iceman definitely fits in that camp of... I think he's fun. I think he's actually useful. I think he'll pull wins. If it were me, this is probably the character I would go with. I said Mr. F because, well, he was on the first page that I looked at, but I don't know. Mr. F, he's a little bit of a mixed bag for me. I think he's a little bit fun sometimes, but I don't want to play him that regularly. Iceman is a champ that I would play all the time, and I would have fun with, and with his immunities, I think he's useful for, you know, many Battleground seasons, and yeah, I think it's cool. Hyperion's maybe another one that obviously used to be very popular. His popularity's dropped off a bit, but I think he's still good. Just not quite as blasty as some of the other Cosmetics like CGR are. Then, of course, Kingpin there, but it's an obvious one. Sorry. Trying not to call it the obvious ones. Yeah, I think for me, it'd be like Iceman. That's who I'd be going with. Jugs 100%. Jugs is another good option too. Yeah, totally. Okay. I don't know if that helps at all, James. Was that you talking about including Iceman on the list? Cannot recall if that was you or someone else. Which ultimately, whoever was asking about Iceman, I said, like, no, don't go with them. But when thinking about the fun, less commonly ranked up champs, then I would say he fits perfectly in that camp. G Reed, thank you for the £2 saying, sup BG, any chance you've decided if you're going to Vancouver tournament / meetup yet? I got my flights sorted yesterday. That'll be my first ever trip outside of Europe. Dude, awesome. No, I can't say exactly whether I'll be there or not, still, unfortunately. But that's awesome to hear, man. I think it's going to be a blast. I think it's going to be a great time. I hope I'm able to go. If I am able to go, definitely say what's up. And yeah. I really think it's going to be a great time, though. I think it's going to be the best meetup, because like I said, it's on Kabam's home turf. Compared to them, you know, in the past having to, you know, fly out across the whole damn continent, essentially, to go to New York City, so, and set up during all that chaos and everything, so, yeah. I'm hoping they could do some cool stuff. Oh, yay, Relic's blow, I'm so glad. Static, man, you're not into it, huh? They are pausing the release of Relics. Yup. For those just tuning in. Crud. Okay, good. I was able to reopen the tab. I closed the tab by accident. I talked about it at the start of the stream, but this is the only sentence that you really need to know. We're taking a step back to reassess how relics affect the in-game experience. Actually, the two that they highlighted. Also, your existing relics aren't changing today. Emphasis on today, though. They could change at a later date. Nor is the content where relics can be used. So, relics aren't going anywhere, but they're also not being released anymore until they figure out if they want to continue down the same direction. More info will be coming soon. David, wait, did you send over another super chat? You did. Let me see. Yeah, I totally agree. My perspective is that nothing really rewards longevity in this game. If players can just buy a 6-star Herc for $50, all the content is just easily swept. But winning 10,000 fights actually takes effort. Yeah, so, oh man, I forgot to... The tangent that I went on after reading your original message was so long that I forgot what I was going to get into after I went on that little tangent. So, what I was going to say is that, like, those pieces of content that I called out, I think that would be where I'd want to see, like, the majority of the cosmetics come from and stuff. But I also do think there's room for, like you said, just to add little bits here and there for other achievement type stuff. I don't know. I have like a slight mixed feelings about achievements in games sometimes. Because like sometimes it feels like there's an achievement for nothing. The achievement's like, you downloaded the game, hooray, and it's like, wait, what? I don't know. It almost takes away from how some of the other achievements feel. Not every achievement needs to be like, you become MSD and we're able to clear Abyss of Legends without a revive. You know, I don't think it needs to be on that level either. Yeah, I don't know. Some games I feel like overdo it. Some games underdo it as well. But even when games overdo it, I still think it adds value to the game. And, okay, so maybe you see a few notifications pop up that kind of just alert you to the achievement system. And then once you get past those, then you have, like, targeted things that you really work for. Or it's just, like, sometimes achievement systems, part of their purpose is just to track stats, like, visible to players. I'd want to see how much damage I've dealt with Kingpin here. If I was working towards an achievement to deal, you know, 1 billion damage with this guy or something like that, you know? It's just fun to look at stuff like that. And then even to, like, track the number afterwards, after you hit whatever number was deemed worthy to get that achievement. Like, alright, let's just say it was, like, 1,000 damage. So after you hit your 1,000 damage, it'll still show you 1,001 out of 1,000, 2,000 out of 1,000, and things like that. Yeah, I think that would add value to the game, though. And then, here's the crazy part, too. It's not like it takes away from the value of what you buy. In my opinion, it enhances the value of what you buy. Because if you're, like, struggling to, you know, complete one of these goals, one of these achievements, to get some, you know, cosmetic you're chasing down or some type of reward, even if, like I've said in the past, it could just be something in your profile here, a little badge in the profile that says, hey, you did it, that other people can look at or something like that. You have you have, like, all the more reason to make your roster stronger. I think an interesting... I don't know if people feel this way or not. I think some people do. I think I've heard from at least 1 or 2 people this, at least, where they bought the offers and then realized there's not much to do with what they bought from the offers. That feels bad, man. People should... if they buy the offers, then feel like, oh, cool, now I'm excited to do X. You know, that's how it was in the past, for sure. It was like, okay, I bought the offers. Now I can, you know, get through this gate in Act 6 or something like that. All right. Easy. With the 5s, and I would trade every relic I have to have a detailed look at the in-game data that Kabam tracks. Damn. Yeah, I would do the same. I would do the same, and I like the relic system. I like the added customization. But that's how much I would want systems like that to be able to see all that stuff. And yeah, man. Yeah, I would only trade it if it was more than just seeing the numbers. Because I that wouldn't be enough for me just to see like these numbers if they just like extended these fields a bit. Again, man, I want it to like actually go towards something. Man. And then what if there was like a store? Not to add another store to the already 44 stores in this game. But if you got like a token every time you completed an achievement, you got one token for it, or maybe a big achievement, like maybe you get more tokens based on like how big of an achievement it is or something. And then you could actually spend those in the store. But then the store also is like an evergreen style store, meaning it's not things that expire. Sorry, expire is the wrong word. It's not things that are like devalued over time. They're also cosmetic things. It just allows you to kind of pick and choose which ones to get first or something. Like, oh man. This is why I want to make games. I don't necessarily think that I have better ideas for games than other game developers or something. It's just that it's so fun to think about. All the possibilities. I'm sure the developers have had the craziest ideas for this game that we'll never see, that players probably would have loved to see, and ultimately it was axed before it was ever greenlit. Just because, you know, the bread and butter in this game is making and selling champions, and there's only so many resources that they put towards other things, and yeah, like I'm positive that these devs have thought of super creative stuff that players would love. And it's not like we haven't gotten anything that we you know, of course, the developers, they've made plenty of stuff that we've loved over the years. It's good that they put a lot of focus into making champs. Because, yeah, I wouldn't want them to not do that. The champs they make, a lot of them are super fun. It's a little bit of an extension of ourselves, because that's who we're controlling, right? It's just, yeah, I would love to see other systems like the ones that just described. If we are talking Unawakened Kingpin, Trumps Herc with immortality, even 10 Kingpin doesn't stand a chance. What did I miss? I think everyone regards Hercules as a stronger champ than Kingpin, at least for questing content. I would say without immortality, give me the Kingpin. Players are being foolish to spend and giving money to Kabam, but Kabam giving no content. That's dumb. Yeah, I disagree with that that comment. You're more than welcome to have your opinion and stuff, but and I could understand a bit why you would say that, but the thing is, I never like blaming the players for stuff like that, because it's like, how is it the players' fault when it's like, yeah, they enjoy something, they see value in something, so they spend money on something that makes them have fun. It's up to Kabam to do the right thing with the development process, and as we've kind of discussed in the past, it's not even up to like the individual developers at Kabam. It's up to the head honchos that are guiding the direction of the game, and I mean, even above their head, the executives that are just seeing this game purely as a dollar sign, you know. I wouldn't blame the players for anything like that personally. I think the huge offer of mercs at the time has this year, giving players the best rewards and offers, prevents people from spending their money on third parties. Did you guys see that there was a ban wave again? Was it yesterday or something like that? I heard about it today. I don't know if it was today or yesterday, but I heard about it today that there was a ban wave, which is awesome. You know, people offering services like that, I do think that's had an impact on what Kabam sells. I think you're right. I don't know if they like. I don't think Kabam releases such crazy offers to deter people from you know, using third-party services. But I think it's their competition, and Kabam has to, yeah, offer stuff that's so good that the competition can't keep up. Because there's definitely, I mean, can't even tell you the number of people that back during the Labyrinth of Legends days that I knew that, you know, used those services. And the people that were selling those services, they weren't trying to hide it at all. They would pop into live streams all the time, trying to sell these services, bragging about it, and being pretty damn annoying about it, honestly. Because one, it ruins the game, like people cheating, right? It definitely hurts the game. Even if they selfishly just want to pocket a few bucks and don't think about the damage it's dealing to the game. But two, think about any advertisement you guys have ever seen. The first time you see an ad for something, okay, whatever, right? But the 100th time you see an ad for something, dude, it's so annoying. Just made that much more annoying by the fact that it's something actively hurting something you enjoy. All that stuff at the time. BG, are you sure you'll use the path selections before you run out of entries? I'm fairly certain of it, yeah. Make sure you do those. Don't want to miss out on juicy rewards. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. We got time. Got a lot more keys to collect for the month. You should have seen the forum post from some guy crying and telling Kabam is their fault. He cheats. Oh, I think I did see the post. Opium. I think I did. It was like a really long post. I skimmed it. About someone. Was it the one? I think he said he was in NY 718. If so, then I did see that one. And yeah, someone basically butthurt that they were banned, or their friends were banned, or I can't remember exactly why, and saying like people shouldn't be banned. Or then I think there was another comment saying, oh, people should be banned, fine, but not perma-banned on the first offense or something like that. And it's like, first offense? Dude, some of these people have cheated so many times for so long. It's like, first offense? I haven't heard of anybody getting perma-banned for cheating on their first offense unless they were like, I don't know, doing the absolute most egregious thing ever, like actually using one-hit mods in Alliance War or something. I don't know, man. But people that have been cheating for actual, years, people that I'm sure have paid like an entire year's rent for someone to play the game for them, and craziness, man. It's funny the amount of comments that as soon as he said the Alliance name, we're like, oh, NY718? You mean one of the Alliance's best known for cheating? That built up a cheater's reputation over the years? Yeah, there was zero sympathy from everybody else. I'm not saying anyone that's ever been in that Alliance was a cheater. I had some friends in that Alliance. Well, I also had some friends that cheated in that Alliance. Sadly. But, yeah. They definitely weren't the cleanest Alliance out there. They sold a Relic deer for $100. Daryl, is there part 1 of this message? Might be missing it if there was. They sold many relics for $100. That deal was purchasable plenty of times. How many times was it? 4 times, I think, right? Yeah, you could buy each Odin. Wait, was it 5 times? Hold on. Refresh my memory. Was it 4 times in game and then 1 time on the website? Dude, it's crazy. We've talked about how insane the offers were on July 4th a few times. I tried to stop talking about it for a while, but it seems like it keeps coming up. Not always from me. A couple times from me. But typically someone else's comments that I read that make me think of those deals. Anyway, we've talked about them a bunch. And it's not until like I really sit here and just think about it how crazy it was. Because this is what happens. This is like human nature, right? Of like something crazy in life happens, and you process it in the moment as best you can, and then just like the way our brains work, we move on and whatever. Like the crazy thing that happened in the past, it becomes like normalized almost, you know. But thinking back on it, man, it's still so crazy. You could buy 5 of each of those, plus the other stuff, plus the 36K bundle. Insane, man. So crazy. Okay, anyway. $1 million question. Who to rank 2? Unduped Domino or Bishop? 7-star. We can make a poll. But to me, that is a very easy decision to make. Personally. But I'm curious to see how everyone else feels. So we will do a poll indeed. As soon as I smash the God of Gods. The replica God of Gods. This ain't the real one. Give him a few uppercuts here at the end. These are respect uppercuts, okay? Who to rank up? Both unawakened. 7-star Domino. 7-star Bishop. Okay, poll is live. BG used the gate openers. Yeah, I'm saving them. Run out of entries, you'll have wasted them. Yep, we got plenty of entries coming. Not worried about it. Change the economy ridiculously. Everything we did or doing towards felt meaningless. Yeah, definitely a bit. Like there's still value in this stuff. So you know, meaningless. Listen, I use the word too, so I'm not saying it. I'm not saying this about what you're saying. I'm just saying if like we're in the technical sense, yeah, it's not totally meaningless to be doing this stuff. Otherwise, well, I might as well uninstall rather than being in this rift right now, right? But it's not that big of an exaggeration on the feeling. Because yeah, the two things just don't really compare. Hate having to do rifts 7 times a week, not gonna lie. I don't mind the event. I just wish it, I wish we didn't have to do it on Tuesday. Unless you have the extra keys from the mail, but that was really only good for like 1 week. Hey, getting some easy bosses tonight at least. Last time I was in here was like Mephisto over and over. That's pretty annoying. Okay, this poll is actually pretty close. I want to try to push to special 2 so I can practice dexing it. Nice. Morningstar special 2 is not that hard to dex, but it's one of the most anxiety-inducing specials in the entire game. Because if you have any amount of buffs on you, you know that Morningstar's special 2, even if you just get clipped by the tail end of it, like, it's gonna obliterate you. And it's unblockable, so it's not like you can just, you know, block it. Whew. Okay, I'm gonna end this poll. 60% towards Bishop, 40% towards Domino. I am definitely in the Bishop camp here. I think Domino Unawakened is not a bad rank up, but clearly Domino's Awaken ability adds a ton of value to that champion. I think even Unawakened, she'll win Battleground matches on defense. Offensively, of course, she's gonna hit like a dump truck, you know. She'll be hitting pretty hard, so there's no doubt she'd win some offensive matches. But even defensively, I think just the added tankiness and the threat of her going lucky, and like the evade chance, making people kind of pump the brakes. I think she's got a little bit of value there. That she would win matches. However, I think Bishop for me is just the better of the two to go with overall. I think stronger defender. I think probably stronger attacker as well for the situations that you'd really want to use him in, like against Korg and stuff. When you need that big special damage. I want to do side quests once as I frantically look at the timer and pray to Jesus that I finish in time. Yeah. BGA took up Stark to rank 4 and Man-Thing to rank 3 for next season. Meta crit me node. Ooh, Stark Spidey. That's a good call, dude. I might need to rank up my Stark Spidey. Yeah, mine's Unawakened. Maybe not, actually. Stark Spidey, he gains his massive crit chance from his Awaken ability and being above 50% health. The hell, man. Go to MA. There we go. He gains the massive chance from his awakening ability. I don't think he needs a super high sig level. I've got plenty of awakening gems, but I want to say you got to get him to like at least level 40. Yeah. Yeah, 40 wouldn't be bad. Even that's a slightly steep amount of sig stones when I have so many other champs that I want to rank up, though. Nah, I mean, 46, that's not bad. I could justify that. Even getting a bit higher obviously wouldn't be a bad thing. But the more poise charges you get, the less it matters what sig Spidey is. Because you start to hit some, you know, the upper limits of the diminishing return value that you're going to get from the crit rating. But in Battlegrounds, you don't always go to, you know, 10 poise charges, right? So got mine at 80, I think. Has like 630 crit per poise. Okay. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, I don't know what I want to grab here, actually. I want the shards, but I probably am going to have to grab these basics. I think I just need more of these. I definitely grabbed the basics yesterday, but I had to rethink about it real quick. Okay. There we go. That is my 7th one. Because I did some of these earlier. I gotta make sure to complete this. This is why you need to do the side quest today, by the way. If you're just got your, you know, kick back with your feet up, not really playing the game at the moment. Yeah, this event ends in 11 hours. And then we get the new events in the morning. Okay, let me go ahead and claim this one. If you're Paragon, you get the 7-star shards. If you're everywhere else, you get some ISO and gold. It's pretty good. BG, look up Hulk for a Mephisto duel. Hulk? Okay. I was just gonna ask. Hulk. This thing is off to the side of the screen. Interesting. Cool. Dang, man. Got the name Hulk. I'll just go with Kingpin. I was going to use my Hulk for a second here, but... Nah. GG, when is the Battleground rewards? Didn't they come out on Friday or something? I don't know. I still haven't even claimed mine, but... if you haven't got your Battleground rewards yet... might be a problem. They did come out, right, guys? Am I the only one who enjoys the side quest? The rewards are lacking, but the fights are short and easy, so it's very fun. I like the side quests. It's just them forcing you to do it. The way the keys unlock is really player unfriendly. Compared to previous side quests, it's a huge downgrade. Where we used to have more freedom on which day of the week we could play the game. And here it's like, no. I wonder, you know, now knowing that there's like this gap. This is stuff that pisses me off. Because I don't know if this is just a coincidence or what. But I'm just coming to the realization now that we've had this long downtime of like Alliance War and Battlegrounds and stuff, right? And of course, this is the month that they try to like lock down players' time and say, no, log in, you know, every day. Make sure you're logging in every day to do this event. Make sure you don't miss a Tuesday or else you're not going to get the rewards. When it's like, yeah, players, maybe they would take a little bit more of a break from the game because there's not as much to do. And maybe just log in once a week to knock out that stuff and then feel like they have control over their free time in life. But then the game devs are like, oh, we can't allow that. That stuff pisses me off, man. Anyway. I really like that this person's name is Hulk and that it's a Mephisto. The simple joys in life. Did I do more duels that was necessary? I think I did. Alright. Let me go ahead and claim all of these things. BG, do you know any spot counters? Blade, he's a dimensional being, right? I mean, you don't really need a spot counter. Spot can be countered with any champion, really. You just have to know how his... what are they called? Are they called spots? Spot charges? Whatever they're called. You have to know how they work. Once they get to 5, the next hit phases them so that, you know, your attacks will miss. You could have a miss counter or reduced ability accuracy. Maybe those things work too. And then you could also remove a spot and pause spot from gaining them by retaliating immediately after his special before his animation's like fully recovered. That helps a lot too. And then then you could fight him with any champ. You kind of have to just back off if you don't have a miss counter when he goes into that miss mode. And then you can fight him with anyone. New account challenges, Act 4 to 5 are getting easier. I was going to do a new account challenge regardless. I just can't tell you exactly when I'm going to do it. Still do not know that. Yeah, such a small amount of those. Gonna take these. This is still so funny to me. Talking about rewards. Talking about rewards and how the big blowout of rewards happen and other rewards in games need updating. And then here it's like, you can have 1,700 of one of these catalysts. It just looks really bad. I know that this isn't even like the big part of the rewards. This is just like a sprinkling of bonus rewards for these objectives. So it's not meant to be anything crazy. I fully understand that. It's still funny to see. It's still really funny to see. I'm gonna take these guys. 3-star relic shards. Sure. Turning pain when? I can't tell you that either. I don't know. Working towards it. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go grab a revive. I'm glad you said something. I'm gonna go get a revive. As soon as I claim all these. 5%. Yeah, that's nearly full crystal. Probably taking the Thronebreaker one. I am... How many of these shards do I have? Not that many. Okay. Probably taking them 6-star shards. Yep. What do we got in the last box? Probably grabbing this guy. Yep. Is that all the shards I have? These Underworld Crystal shards? Did I already convert some of them? Or why do I have so few? I have a really low amount of these things. Is there another place to get these things? They're not in here, right? What am I missing? You have to choose them from the side quest, from the rifts themselves. I guess they would add up over time, but calendar. Okay, it's not a ton here, but are these all 200? These were all 200. Okay, a little bit more there. Okay. Well, I'm happy I'm choosing them from the special objective because I'm not going to have that many of those crystals. For a second there, I thought, like, oh, maybe I don't need to claim them anymore because I've got enough, but I barely have any. Easy. Send over 2 saying, want to see some funny rewards? Go look at Gauntlet. I love to laugh. Let's take a look at the Gauntlet. So I completed the Gauntlet, by the way. It's showing incomplete because, incomplete or uncompleted, whatever it is. It's showing that I haven't done the Gauntlet because I did it before they brought it back out. So I did do this content, but I just never went back in. I know these aren't all the rewards. Oh, man. Can I not go in here? Can I do the preview? Maybe they could do the preview. Because I don't want to use one of my keys just in case I ever want to go back and clear this thing out. Oh, do you only use the key this way? Okay. I still can't see these, though. I can't really see the rewards. I know there's, like, infographics out there and stuff, but I think that'd be the only way for me to see it. You wouldn't open them anyway, so why do you bother, BG? For the Cap for Mod game. Of course. Soul Hunter with the BGN. Thank you very much. I love the initials of your currency. Read last 2. Okay, sure. Last 2. BG, years ago, I was playing a game called Injustice Gods Among Us. I've heard of it. I never played it. And the game got to that point, it almost died. 0 response in battle. So I rooted my then tablet and gave me and my friend money. Then I got banned, but my friend didn't. And while it was fun to have every champ in that game, I realized I liked the grind, not the easy way. Oh, for sure, dude. Yeah. For sure. I came to the same realization. I mean, that's what you're describing is the reason why I don't spend. Now, to be clear, I'm not calling spending cheating. It's not. Don't think that's what I'm implying at all. But the story goes like this. I loved Diablo 2. I still do. Still overall my favorite game of all time. And there's a website called D2JSP, which is a site that it started out just as like a... Actually, I think it might have started out as like a botting thing. I don't know. But it very quickly became a place to go to trade. And, you know, there's like no in-game infrastructure to trade in Diablo 2 outside of like... There's like a trade channel, but it's really spammy and hard to see what people are trading. And there's game names that you could just make and hope people join. And yeah, I did a lot of trading that way as well. But also started trading on the website D2JSP. And what you could do on this website was trade for a currency. This is like cryptocurrency before crypto was a thing, you know? You're just trading for this. It's called Forum Gold. You're just trading for this currency. And then, you know, once you have that currency that you traded for, you can use that currency in any game you want. But of course, I used it still in Diablo 2. Now, I always just wanted to trade away my stuff to clear inventory space, because that game was extremely constricting in your inventory space. You had to make like dozens and dozens of characters to hold all of your stuff because you could only hold like 5 items on each character. It's crazy, you know? Slight exaggeration. You had room in your inventory and then a stash. So, I don't know, maybe like 12 items or something like that. Anyway, yeah, so over the years, I'd built up just a ton of this forum currency because I was trading for it, but I wasn't trading it away. And then one time, the game basically resets like every 6 months. And one time at like the start of the game when things reset and everybody goes back to level 1 with no items, I was like, yeah, it'd be fun just to start out with like all the best stuff. So I did that. And I spent all that forum gold that I built up. And I got all the best stuff. And there was nothing for me to do. And I quit the game, and I didn't launch Diablo 2 for like years after that because I had killed all the fun. The fun part was starting with nothing and building up and collecting. It's the same reason why I love new account challenges. And they're obviously they're pretty appealing to other people as well. It's the same reason that my first ever video, going back and sorting by oldest, is MCOC free-to-play progression video 1. It's because progression. I love the idea of progression. And I found that, yeah, that's what I liked in video games. And it's the reason why I don't spend. I'm afraid to ruin the experience for myself again. These are very different games. In Diablo 2, if you had all the best stuff, there was no reason to play. In MCOC, if you have all the best stuff, there's still reason to play because Kabam's going to make more new stuff to get. The game I was playing, the development process, it was done. It was over. So I had the best stuff, and that was it. So yeah, it's different in MCOC. But I just know the damage it did for me in that game, and that I wouldn't want to do that again to myself. So I'm glad YouTube brought back the option to sort by oldest. Zafar, dude, same. I don't know when they brought it back, but I noticed it a few days ago, and I was so happy to see it because I don't know why they ever took it away. I think that was really dumb that they took it away. And I don't think it was just like a bug. I think it was intentional by YouTube. But who knows? Maybe it was a bug. BG, so when will we see you play another game for like 3 days like you did with the other game that you did? I don't know. There's a few other games that I always toss around the idea for years. There's always been a few other games that I've tossed around the idea of playing and streaming, but for one reason or another, I typically don't. It was like that the one expansion launch in WoW that I streamed for a day. There was a time I streamed with my buddy, which was awful because the game we wanted to play, we couldn't get to work because it was a super indie game that was made by like 2 people, and online functionality was pretty shoddy. And we got it to work in the past, but we couldn't remember how to get it to work. So we played a different game that we didn't know how to play, and kind of miserable trying to figure out games with weird controls and how to play them while doing something, while streaming, and then while streaming with a friend for the first time, and that was bad. And then there was another time where I streamed on Twitch a different game. Yeah, I don't know. There's been other games that I wanted to play, but what it comes down to is I like streaming because I like this community and just talking with all of you guys. I don't know if I even like streaming outside of that. I'm really not sure. There's only one way to find out, right? But at the same time, like, I'm not that. It's not that important to me to find that out right at this moment. So it's on the back burner. Hey, Banana, what's up, Royal? I think it's good that they're pausing on releases. You know, it's been a little while since we talked about it. So real quick, what Royal's talking about, the title of this video, we're taking a step back to reassess how relics affect the in-game experience. Your existing relics aren't changing today, nor is the content where relics can be used. So maybe they change in the future on a day that's not today. We don't know. More news in the coming months. And if you want the full forum post, it's linked in the description. But let me see what Royal's saying. I think it's good that they're pausing on releases. Not much more to add other than that. They need to figure out what they want out of these things. I think overall it's good too. That's kind of my general takeaway as well. As I think it's probably good. But like I kind of mentioned at the start of the stream, it's a little hard to always trust exactly what Kabam's saying. You know, like if there aren't other reasons going on behind the scenes. So I do question, like, can we trust exactly what they're saying here, or are there other reasons that maybe they don't want to go into the details? Maybe the relics are fine and they just need to pause on them for other reasons. Maybe more layoffs are coming. Who knows, right? I hope not. I really hope not. Honestly, I shouldn't have said that out loud, just on the off chance that I jinx it, even though I don't believe in stuff like that. Because yeah, that's obviously terrible if people lost their jobs or something like that. But the point is, I you know, a little bit of the trust has been tarnished over time, to where I read this and I say, okay, I believe you, but I also have a slight thing in the back of my head that's like, I mean, I mostly believe you. BG playing Getting Over It would be hilarious. Simon, I think I tried to play that. I think I tried to play Getting Over It, and I couldn't. Like there was something that I couldn't get working. I don't like, this was years ago. This is what I tried to play on Twitch, and I ended up playing Game Dev Tycoon instead. It was during like an MCOC maintenance. That's even the reason I was doing that. There was going to be like some extended maintenance or something like that. I'm pretty sure that day. Pretty sure that's what happened. And yeah, I was actually going to play Getting Over It. To this day, I still never played Getting Over It. Which is fine. I mean, it wasn't that expensive of a game. I think it was only like $5 or $10 or something like that. But I got it specifically so that I could play it on stream. I know there's like other games in that same vein these days. There's a lot. Like I don't know if that started the genre. But it definitely had a big influence on it. I know that. Just the same way that, like, what's that game? Vampire Survivors. That game didn't really start that genre. I remember playing games that existed like that on NES, but it was done in such a way that people loved it so much that it kind of created its own genre, you know? Even Battle Royale games technically didn't start with even a first-person shooter, right? Battle Royale is named after Battle Royales in wrestling, which, I don't know, maybe there's events in history long before wrestling that Battle Royales were a thing originally. Who knows? Anyway, boss, Thank you for the bucks, and I want to see a BG Pokemon Nuzlocke. Seems like your style of challenge, honestly. Boss, I think I would have a ton of fun with that. I really do. Someone needs to invent more time, you know? I think that's the real problem. It's because I would do all this stuff. But it's just I have to pick and choose, and I don't know. Like I said, I like talking with all you guys. I actually think it's really fun. I wasn't kidding when I tweeted this. The one thing I could always count on with this beautiful little game. Maybe I shouldn't have said beautiful even, but I was trying to be nice. Is that there's always something to talk about. There is always something to talk about. I genuinely meant this because it's really fun talking about stuff like this. It's not even that big of a deal in the grand scheme of things, yet it's interesting enough to talk about. And I feel like I would miss that so much, dude. Just like playing a different game. I think I would have a ton of fun doing a Pokemon Nuzlocke. Yeah. I think I'd really find a way to like get into it. I mean, I don't think it'd be that hard. I think they're popular for a reason. I think it's probably super easy to get into. But playing something like that or playing any of these other games, it definitely would take away from the time I would have to talk about this stuff with you guys. So yeah, I don't know. BG, no joke. I'd absolutely love you playing Getting Over It. I think I would enjoy it too, Christian. BG should open your 7-star, then you could finish the Shooting Stars quest and be right at another one. How many do you get? I was, you know, when I looked at the Grandmaster Gauntlet rewards, I saw this and meant to look at it. So 6K. Is that? Oh, okay. So there's some in here as well. So let's do the math. So 6,500, 7, 7,500. Are they all just 500 in here? Looks like it. So 8K. 8,500 and 9K. Okay, so there'd be 9K there. That's a pretty good amount. But that content's not going anywhere anytime soon, right? So it's my extended stash at the moment. Oh, dude, I said I was gonna... I'm sitting here like an idiot. I need to get this revive. Gee, what is the game that you played recently where you explored around? Oh? The game I played recently where I explored around? Jason Wild Bunch. I don't know that I know what you're referring to. Can you describe a bit more? What the game looked like, or any of the characters looked like, or anything like that? Pick Sunday to play different games? Maybe. Sunday Nuzlocke Day? Dooley Ray? Maybe. There's golfing over it. You can play that. That's another rage game. Oh, man. Speaking of rage games, it's funny that, like, yeah, that's kind of a genre, right? It's just a rage game. But, like, they're also really fun. It's if it was only rage inducing, it wouldn't be fun. But I find those games to be really fun. Like it's been a long time since I said this, but I really wanted to play the Super Mario World ROM hacks that are typically significantly more difficult than any Super Mario games released, and to the point where, yeah, they can be pretty rage inducing. at certain spots. But I just think they'd be super fun. You played it for 3 days in goblins or bow and arrow and magic? Well, there's a game I played, Magica? You're not talking about that, are you? That's the game that I was talking about when I played with my buddy and I had no idea what to do. I'm trying to look it up on your channel. You played it for like 3 and like 12 hours on each day. On this channel? I'm losing it. More recent? I played World of... Are you talking... You're not talking about World of Warcraft, are you? I streamed that for 1 day. It was for like 12 hours. But I only did that for 1 day. He's talking about WoW BG? I think so. That must be it. I was a druid. I was mostly in bear form, a little bit in cat form. And yeah, the other guys, they probably had some arrows they were shooting at me or something like that. That might have been it. I feel like that has to be it. Ryan Grant of the website contestchampion.com. How do you do this evening? What's up, Abby Doe? How was your trivia? You know, there's... In the same vein as rage-inducing, a little bit at least, there's a new mode that people play in World of Warcraft called Hardcore Mode, where if you die once, that's it. You're not coming back to life. And it was always just like a player-controlled thing, where like if you died, okay, you deleted your character and you started over and stuff. But it's becoming an official thing in a few weeks, towards the end of the month. And yeah, if you die for any reason whatsoever, that's it. All of the work that you put into your character is gone. The thing is about World of Warcraft, though, is it's not that watchable of a game. I guarantee you, for that first day, and even first few days, for those of you that watch stuff on Twitch, it will be massive. There will be people that have 100,000 plus watching their streams. Yeah, it'll be pretty massive as people race to, like, you know, try to hit max level first, and then from there continue on whatever they're doing, whatever. But yeah, I don't know that if I have any interest in doing that. I love that game, and I've played hardcore modes in other games, so I think I would like it. It's just I don't know if I would like streaming it. Again, that's always the thing for me, is like, dude, there's so many games that I love. So many games that I want to play, but I don't know. Is it going to tarnish what I like about streaming to be streaming those games? I don't know. Yeah, I believe it was WoW. Okay, I remember watching it for a while. I got busy and came back and you were still live. But I thought that was a change, seeing you play something different. Cool. Yeah, it was... I enjoyed it for that day. Sort of. I enjoyed it for that day, but also... It was... I had a crazy setup. And it was a first-time setup, and I was struggling to make sure it was all good. And then... I was real nervous about the start of it, because... I was trying to tinker with stuff and trying to find my way that I hadn't been able to, like, look into ahead of time. So I was, like, a little bit lost. And I also knew that if I got disconnected for any reason while trying to tinker with stuff, like, let's just say my computer couldn't handle it. And just, like, you know, restarted on me or something like that, I knew that I'd be put in queue because the servers could only hold so many people in that game, and there was like a long queue to get into the game, at like multiple hours. I don't remember how long for that one, but there's been like some 10-hour plus queues to just get into the game. And so for like the first hour, I was just super nervous for all of that stuff. And yeah, that part wasn't fun. The rest of it was fun though. Baldur's Gate 3. I think I would like Baldur's Gate. I saw one of like their first looks, I think was like years ago. Is that right? I've never played any of the Baldur's Gate games, but whatever I saw a few years ago that I believe was Baldur's Gate 3, it looked really fun. I think I would like it a lot. Long-time lurker, first-time caller, can you please break down the relics info for me? Please read, thanks. Yeah, Abido with your please read. Yo, what's up, Peanach? So here's the deal, Abido. I'll actually read out the whole thing this time. I'll just do it quickly. We're taking a break from the established release cadence for relics. After the addition of the most recent trio in July, we're taking a step back to reassess how relics affect the in-game experience and set new goals for the future. We like the opportunity space they introduce by customizing your champions and adding an additional layer of depth to the combat experience. We are aware of the feelings some summoners have towards relics. We have been closely monitoring community conversations on the forums, YouTube, social media within our content creator program, in-game surveys, and a variety of other community spaces. We want to take this time to address the feedback we have received. To be clear, relics aren't going anywhere. Their existing relics aren't changing today, nor is the content where relics can be used. Simply, you won't see any new relics being released for a while, as we're figuring out how we want to move relics forward. Expect more news in the coming months. That's the deal. Simon, thank you for the 100 yen, although I'm scared. What is this 100 yen for? Are you about to tell me to watch a video? I think Alt Games Sundays would rock. Have a roulette wheel or something and see what game it is that day. I'll definitely keep it in mind. By the way, you guys can always give this feedback. Like, I say this about everything, but especially, like, games that you think would be interesting to play. My response, it's always going to be pretty similar of, like, yeah, I'll keep it in mind, and, you know, maybe a shortened version of, I don't know if I would enjoy it, so I don't know if I'll do it kind of thing. But it's not just like some BS talk to get people to shut up. Like, it's... I think about it all the time. All the freaking time. I think about my love for even, like, writing guides for games and stuff. Because I love that stuff, man. Like... long before YouTube was a thing, I would just like write notes for games. Oh wait, I was only coming back in here to check if that revive spawned, which it did not. Long before, you know, YouTube and like monetizing guides made and stuff like that, I just did it for fun, man. I would just write guides. Sometimes I would post them places. Sometimes I would just keep them for myself as notes. And I actually really enjoy that stuff, like digging into games and looking through, you know, looking at every corner of a world or a small part of the world just to see if there's anything interesting in there. Like, so not only would I or do I consider playing games all the time, but I even consider doing more, like occasionally posting a guide for a game. I really do think about this stuff. But yeah. Right now I can tell you that I wouldn't expect me to play a different game this coming Sunday or the one after that, or no time in the immediate future. But I do think about it. BG, you should make a hardcore mine. Is that Minecraft? Hardcore Minecraft survival world? So I've never played Minecraft before. I think like Pete and some other MCOC dudes, I think they play Minecraft. I wouldn't mind hopping into that world. I feel like it'd be fun. Same BG, my friend and I wrote a massive Final Fantasy VII guide and posted it on GameFAQs years ago. Dude, I was immediately thinking of GameFAQs. So I never posted a guide on GameFAQs. But that's how I met all my friends, was through the GameFAQs forums or message board. In Warcraft 3, I was in like the GameFAQs clan in that game. And like all of those same people, like those are my buddies that I played WoW with. Those are my buddies that, you know, I went to their weddings and stuff. Like, these are all the same people. So, yeah. Yeah, I never posted any guides to GameFAQs, but I kind of wish I did. And I almost wonder, like, is it too late? Maybe I still should. Alright, anyway. Simon, thank you for the 100 yen. What is this name? My weeb man with no waifu clips? Is that the name of your channel? Or just your account name on YouTube? Well, thank you for the 2 saying, yo man, should I awaken hype or save the Cosmic Stone? Cosmic Awakening Gem, huh? Okay, so I think Hyperion's a fantastic champ to awaken. Here's the thing. Wait, no, not I hate my name. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I also don't like my name, so we're in the same camp. I'll just say my W or something like that, maybe shorten it. Okay, here's the thing about Hyperion, and actually we have to look at the entire Cosmic class for this one. So, well, we'll come back to the Cosmic class, but Hyperion, he's a great champ to awaken. He's still super strong to this day, even though he was released many years ago at this point, coming up on almost 7 freaking years ago. Crazy. Still strong, and he doesn't need a high sig level. Generally, if you go to Aunt May and you see the signature curve that looks like a damn near flat line, that means they really don't gain that much from the higher sig levels. You can't always use that, but it's usually a pretty good indication. Because, yeah, if you look at it here, I mean, Sig 1, you get 65% more buff duration. Sig 200, 75%. You're already getting so much just out of that first point, you know? Even, like, Sig 20 is good, though, because, like, there is this little bit of a jump where you get, like, that extra 5% duration. So Sig 20, usually where I recommend taking Hype to. If you don't have Sig Stone, Sig 1 and done is fine. So, yeah, I do think he's worth it. The only thing to consider is that the Cosmic class also has some of the beefiest power hitters of MCOC. I don't even know what term. Powerhouses, maybe that is a better term to say. That's what I usually say, at least. Love the word powerhouse for some reason. I don't know, man. It just sounds cool. So it's got some of the strongest champs in the game, like Hercules, not Hitmonkey. Damn it. Oh, use that hard to get to Hulkling. Like Hulk. Like, you know, I mean, there's a bunch of really strong Cosmic champs. If Hyperion is the only strong Cosmic champ you have right now, then I would say just go for it. Do it. You'll get more gems eventually when you pull these other champs. The only reason to give pause is if you already did have someone like Hercules, that you could say like, oh, we'll give it to Hercules. You'll probably get more benefit out of that guy, you know? Kind of want to save it in case I pull a better Cosmic unit. Okay, you can save it. There's nothing wrong with saving it. Hyperion, he could actually be played unawakened. So I'd still recommend ranking him up and see how you feel. If you like him, like... It is a pretty big difference, I will say, playing Hyperion unawakened versus awakened. But you still can play him unawakened, see how you feel about him, and just know that he's that much stronger if you decide to give him the gem. But you will get more gems in this game. You don't know when you're gonna pull Hercules, right? This dude already is a unit. You could I think it's worth investing in for the most part. Thanks for that, man. And no, sadly, my only solid Cosmics are hyping Gamora, and hype so far is the one, or is one of my favorite units. Okay, yeah, like I said, I don't think you need to save. I think if you invest in a champion, a great champion like Hyperion, he'll help you to get the rewards faster, so that, yeah, eventually you'll replace him with someone like Hercules, but he'll help you to get there. You kind of have to invest in the champions they have today so that your future roster can be stronger, you know? Yeah, you should change the name of your channel to Tomorrow I'm gonna make a video. Me? Or is that Abby Doe? Oh wait, hold on. I think that's Abby Doe. I really need to get that cheese text vid out for you. Sorry, I'm generating. Okay. I was gonna say, I haven't promised any videos. Not in the last week at least. I've definitely promised videos in the past. So that comment would have been totally fair, probably hundreds of times over the years. But at least this past week, I haven't made any empty promises. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna spin out this crystal and then I'm gonna call it a night here, you guys. Any tips on 7.1.6 Ebony Maw path? Elv, I don't remember the path, but a lot of people have highly recommended the MCOC Noob channel for great guides in story content like Act 6 and Act 7 and stuff to help get you through it. So I'd recommend checking out that channel. Did you think there would be an Act 12 or higher? Are they going to stop or keep going? Yeah, they're not going to stop, man. This game's going to go on for many more years to come. So, do I think there's going to be an Act 12? I don't know. Maybe they rename it at that point. Maybe they don't. 12 isn't that big of a number. I sometimes look at, like, the number of Alliance War seasons, and I think they should start over. And maybe just refer to it as, like, an era of Alliance War. Right? So it'll be, like, Era 2, Season 1 or something like that. And then we could mostly just refer to just the season number, and then occasionally refer to the era number from time to time. I don't know. Maybe just keep going, and eventually there'll be season 150, and that's fine too. I don't know. Error. Yeah. Forget the era number. It's error. Error. Dude. Oh man. That wouldn't have been as funny if there weren't so many cancellations of Alliance War seasons recently. But it really does feel like we're on error number 45 or whatever it is. Mr. Baldy Cat for mod game, unless I missed it on stream. No, I didn't do it today. Maybe we'll do it soon. Would you ever shave your beard? I shave my beard all the time. I mean, I trim it at least. Are you talking about like clean shaven? Would I ever do it? Yeah, I mean, I'm not that attached to this hair. I don't care. It grows back, right? Even if it doesn't grow back. This is a bald cap. But even if the beard hair didn't grow back, whatever, man. I'm not all that pressed about my my appearance, I guess. Try to look slightly nice. But ultimately, I like having the beard. I feel like my face is already fairly plain because I sport the bald cap. It's one of the reasons why, although I hate glasses, it does add a little bit of something to my face. Same with the beard. Imagine I didn't have the glasses. Imagine I got like laser eye surgery, and then I was like, actually, I'm gonna trim my beard, and then like, I'm gonna wax my eyebrows off. There's like nothing on my face. It just looks like I don't even know what it would look like, man. But it wouldn't look good. I bet I drop a video before BG decides next cap for mod game. Oh god. If Simon's that close to a video. Maybe I'm gonna take a break from YouTube, you guys. I might be back tomorrow, or I might come back 3 months from now when Simon forgets that he's been making a video. On that note, shout out to Easy for being tonight's biggest D. Easy, thank you, dude, and thank you to everyone else. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody.